So last class we have started exercise 4.3 and we have solved up to question number 4. Now question number 5. Question number 5 is a graph question. So in question number 4 it has been given that from the choices given below, choose the equation whose graph are given in figure 4.6. So let's see what is the graph and what is the question. Now you have to understand this very nicely. That means here 4 equation is been given. Here 4 equation is been given 1, 2, 3, 4. And here this is the graph for first one, figure 4.6, 4.6. Now we have to see that this graph belongs to which equation, first, second, third or fourth. So what we will do, there is a simple way to identify, that is you have to substitute all three values or whatever the values has been given in the graph. These three coordinates we will substitute in the equation, and we will see that we are getting this one x as -1 and y as 1 or not. X as 0, y as 0, x as 1 and y as -1 or not. Or in all the cases it has to be same. So let's check it. Number 1, okay. Number 1, if I take x as -1, this is -1, right? So if I take x as -1, then y will be -1, correct or not? If I take x as -1, then y will be -1, but here y is 1. So that is wrong. That means first one cannot be taken. Number second, if I take x as -1, so if I take x as -1, this -1 will transfer here, it will become +1. We are having +1, that means y is +1. Understood? So one coordinate is rectified. We have to see other two also. If I put x as 0, so if I put x as 0, then y will be 0. We are getting y is 0. Next, if I put x as 1, if I put x as 1, here 1 is given. So if I put x as 1, that 1 will go here, it will become -1. It will become -1. So just see 1 and -1. Understood? It means that second equation is correct. Other two, if you substitute, you will see that you are not getting the correct answer. Okay, fine. Now number two also you can see that which option will be correct. Let's check it. Here 4 equations are given. Let's check it. So if I substitute x as -1, if I substitute x as -1, then -1 plus 2 will be 1. Why you are having here 3? That means this equation is not correct. Clear? Now number 2, if I put x as -1, here if I put x as -1, so -1 minus 2 will become -3, but here it is 3. So again 2 is also wrong. Now number 3, if I put x as -1, so if I put x as -1, so minus minus will become plus, plus 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. You are getting 3 or not? Clear or not? This is my y is equal to, I'll show you here. It has been given y is equal to minus x plus 2. You can see y is equal to minus x plus 2. Now here x is minus 1. So if I substitute x as -1, I am writing it over here. X as -1 plus 2. Minus is already there in the question. So I have put minus and x is -1. Now this will become minus minus is plus. So plus 1 plus 2. So this will become 3. That means if we substitute x as -1, we are getting y as 3. So just see, we are getting x as -1, y is 3. Okay. Now let's substitute other also. If we substitute x as 0, if we substitute x as 0, then 0 plus 2 will be 2. We are getting y as 2. Correct? Now if I substitute x as 2, So if I put as 2, then minus 2 plus 2 will become 0. That means y is 0. We are getting y as 0. That means number 3 is correct. This number 1 is wrong. Okay, somebody has marked this one. That means I don't know who has marked this, but definitely the one who has marked this, that is wrong. Number 3 is correct. Is it clear? Now let's move to question number 6. Now question number 6 is actually related to physics. You are having one chapter in your book, science chapter, that is called work and energy. So in work and energy, what is work, that is been explained. So whenever I'll teach you this chapter work and energy, that time I will teach you what is work. Okay, now I'll give you a simple hint. Work means you have to apply some force to an object. You have to apply some force to an object directly or indirectly. Directly means what? Directly, like suppose I am having this pen, so directly I am pushing it or pulling it or whatever. Okay, so directly using my hand I am pushing it. So directly is that. Indirectly means what? By using a rope or maybe something else. If I am applying force to that object, that is called indirectly. So if I apply force to an object, if I apply force to an object and there is a movement in the object, if I apply force to an object and if there is a movement, then only we termed as work in physics. Like suppose you are pushing the wall, you are having wall, right? So suppose you are pushing or pulling the wall. Did the wall move or what? You are sweating completely. So you are sweating, that means pasina nikal raha hai puri tarika se, but the wall is not moving. So in that case we'll say that you have not done any work. That means in terms of physics we'll say that we have done no work. Okay, like many a times uh, your friends used to call you and they used to ask you that what you are doing. So sometime you used to reply that I am doing my homework. Okay, I'm doing my homework. That means homework. You are doing work. But according to physics, you are sitting in a place. Okay, you are sitting in a place. You are not moving at all. It means that your body is at rest. You are not doing any work. Is it clear? You are at rest. You are sitting in a chair or a table or wherever you are studying. You are sitting in that particular position for 1 hour, 2 hour. You are doing your work. You have not moved at all. Your body is constant, stagnant. Okay, it means that you are at rest. You have not done any work. Is it clear? So remember that in physics, if you want to do some work, it means that you have to apply some force and there must be some movement in the object. Where you are applying force, there must be some movement. Okay, clear? So work means force into displacement. Force into displacement. You can write somewhere in this question number 6. You will write somewhere on the right hand side so that in future you can easily understand that what is work. So you can write work is equal to force into displacement. Work equals to force into displacement. Now I'm moving to question. Now we already know that work means what? Force into displacement. So let's see what it is been given in the question. If the work done by a body on application of a constant force, constant means what? So let's check it. Like you have studied in class 8 direct and inverse proportion. Yes or no? You have studied direct and inverse proportion. So remember that In class 8 you have studied pressure also. Pressure is equal to force by area. Uh, Force by area. Have you studied this or not? So pressure equals to force by area. Remember that if you are having equal to something, that means P equals to something on the top, on the numerator, it means that the top one we will term as directly proportional. That means if you apply more force, then pressure will be more. Direct means what? Direct proportion we have studied in class 8. If one is increasing, if one quantity is increasing and then other also if it increases, then that is called direct proportion. Or if one decreases, other also decreases, then that is also known as direct proportion. Okay. So here if force will increase, pressure will be increased. If force will decrease, pressure will be decreased. Okay. So that means if something is in the numerator, that is directly proportional, and if something is in the denominator, that is known as inversely proportional. That means I will say that pressure is inversely proportional to area, or you can say that area is inversely proportional to pressure. Is it clear? So something is in the numerator, that means directly proportional. So same way, work is directly proportional to force into displacement. Okay, force into displacement. So that's what it is given in the question. If the work done by a body on application of a constant force is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body, that means force is directly proportional to distance. Actually we call displacement here. In case of maths we can say distance also. In physics we can't change this. Okay, so force is directly proportional to, that means this work is directly proportional to force and displacement. Both are on the top. Is it clear? Is it clear? That's what I gave you the formula. Work equals to force into displacement. So both are on the top. It means that force and displacements are directly proportional to work. If you apply more force, more work can be done. If you apply less force, less work will be done. Okay? If you move object to more distance, more work will be done. For example, if you are carrying carry any object, okay? If you are carrying any object to some distance, maybe suppose 1 kilometer, and somebody has taken that to 10 kilometer, then we will say that my God, the second one has more force. He has done more work. Is it clear? Okay, so in this question it is said that if the work done by a body on application of a constant force is directly proportional to distance traveled by the body, express this in the form of an equation in two variables and draw the graph of the same by taking the constant force as 5 units. So they are telling you to take force as 5 units because force was constant. So I am taking this force, just see, afterwards I will tell you how to write. I am taking this force as 5. Okay, I am taking work as x equals to, and I am taking displacement as y. Any problem? That means this is our equation. X is equal to 5y. 5 is force, y is displacement, w is x. Is it clear? According to the formula, work is equal to force into displacement. Force is constant, it is already told in the first line. Constant force. So constant force is 5. Okay? Work we have taken as x and displacement we have taken as y. So this is an equation. So write, let 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 the work done, question number 6, let the work done be x units. Actually the SI unit of work is joule. Okay, but we will write units, no problem. Let the work done be, let the work done be x units, and the and the and the displacement be y units. We are taking in units, okay? Distance are always taken, distance or displacements are always taken in meter. I taught you in physics. Here they are telling you to take in units, so we are taking in units, okay? So let the work done be x units and the displacement be y units according to question. According to question, okay? We can write work equals to force into displacement. You can write here, okay, so that you can understand. Work equals to force into displacement. Work according to question, work equals to force into displacement. Okay, work equals to force into displacement. Now we have taken work as x, so we are writing work as x equals to is equal to force is 5, it is given in the question, and displacement is been taken as y. It has been given in the question. So x is equal to 5y. This is the equation. Okay. Now you can see in the question it is said that also read from the graph. You have to draw the graph, and from the graph also read from the graph the work done when the distance traveled by the body is 2 units. That means from the graph you have to see. Okay. So first of all we will be making a table because we will be requiring to draw a graph. So I'm making this table x, y. Okay. So if I take y as 0, if I take y as 0, if I take y as 0, then 5 into 0 will be 0. Okay. 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 Now if I take y as 1, if I take y as 1, then 5 into 1 will be 5. I told you not to take big number. If you take 2, it will become big. So what I will do, I will be taking y this as 1. I told you that displacement can be negative. I have teach you in physics, so we can take negative. Okay, work can be negative also. I'll teach you when I'll teach you this chapter, work and energy, how it will be negative. So this is minus, so y will be x will be minus 5. Any doubt? So these are the coordinates. These are the coordinates. You can put it in the graph. So graph will be done by you. I have teach you how to draw the graph. So you will draw the graph in your copy by your own. So leave some space for the graph. Okay, leave some space for the graph. How much is required? You take it up to you and leave it. And now let's move to here. Also read from the graph the work done. You have to find the work done when the distance traveled by the body is 2 units. So distance we have taken as y. Distance we have taken as y. So we will be saying number 1. Number 1. X is equal to this. We have to find work done, right? In the question it is said that also read from the graph the work done. What will be the work done? So work done is x equals to force is 5 and y. Here in the question it is said that the distance traveled by the body is 2. So displacement is 2. So we will be taking 2. So when we will solve this one, we will be getting 10 units. Any doubt? Same way number 2, x is equal to 5 into this time number 2 displacement is 0. So 0. So we will be having 5 into 0 is 0. So 0 units. Any problem? So first and second part is over. Okay, so let's move to graph. You will do it by your own. Okay, I don't want to waste my time. Now let's move to question number 7. Yamini and Fatima. Yamini and Fatima, two students of class 9 of a school, together contribute rupees 100 towards the Prime Minister Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Like suppose two student, any two student, you can assume any two, maybe let us assume I am a student, okay, or you can assume anyone, two student. So here they have given Yamini and Fatima. Together they are contributing 100 rupees. It is not mentioned who has given how much, but together they have given 100 rupees. It may be that the first one has given 0 rupees. It has contributed 0 rupees. So another one will be given 100 rupees. Okay? Or it can be also like this, that the first one has given us 0 rupees, second one can give us 100 rupees. Together it should be 100 rupees. Okay? Is it clear? We don't know how much money is been given by each other. Okay? So it's up to you what you want to take. We don't know who has given how much. If I say that one student has given 50 rupees, then another one will be given as 50 rupees. Together it will be 100. If first one has given 10 rupees, then another one will be given as 90 rupees. 90 rupees. Together it will be 100. So question is been given like this. Now let's see what to do. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. Okay, so let us suppose, let the money contributed by Yamini, right? Let the money contributed by Yamini. Let the money contributed by Yamini. Let the money contributed by Yamini be rupees X. Be rupees X. Okay, be rupees X. Same way you can write for Fatima, and the money contributed by Fatima be rupees Y. And Fatima be rupees Y. Now I'm moving to question. According to question, in the question it is said that both together they contribute rupees 100. So this is the money contributed by Yamini, plus this is the money contributed by Fatima. Together they are contributing 100 rupees. Any problem? Okay, so we got the equation. Now in the question it is said that draw the graph of the same. You have to draw the graph. So for the graph we will be taking 3 coordinates. I told you before also, you will take 3 coordinates. And I also told you that while taking the coordinates, don't take so big coordinates, and don't take in fraction also. Okay? So here what we will do, don't take 0. If you take 0, then it will be 100, so big number. Okay? So what I will do, I will take x as 50. So y will be 50. 50 plus 50, 100. Okay? Now if I take x as 60, then y will be 40. If I take x as 40, then this will be 60. Any problem? Now still they are big number. Still they are big number. But if you take 0 or 1, 2, then it will be much more bigger. Okay? So these are average. So while making the graph, be careful. Just listen. You will do the graph by your own. While making the graph, don't take 1, 2, 3, 4. You take 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Up to 60 is there, so you can take up to 60. And this one also you will take up to 60, and then you can draw the graph. Is it clear? If you take 1, 2, 3, 4, then it will be bigger. Okay? Okay. So, am I clear? Now let's move to question number 8. So this graph, leave some space for this graph. Okay? Leave some space. And then let's move to question number 8. Now in science, you have studied relation between degree Celsius and Kelvin, I think. Yes, in chapter 1 of science, matter in our surrounding. You have studied a relation between degree Celsius and Fahrenheit. No, sorry, degree Celsius and Kelvin. But here there is another relation between Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. So how to convert Fahrenheit into degree Celsius? Formula has been given. If you want to solve question related to this, then you can ask your subjective teacher, science subjective teacher. Okay. In the question, it has been given in countries like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit. So in those countries, they measure in Fahrenheit. Okay. Whereas in country like India, it is measured in Celsius. So we take Celsius. Okay. Here is a linear equation that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. F is equal to 9 by 5 into C plus 32. So this is the relation. F is the Fahrenheit, C is the Celsius. Okay. Now in the question, what they told you, number 1, draw the graph of the linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis. That means for Celsius you have to take x-axis. So your relation was, just check, your relation was question number 8. F is equal to 9 by 5 into C plus 32. So this was the relation. You have to take what in the question it is said that draw the graph of the linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis. That means Celsius you will be taking x and Fahrenheit you will be taking y. If they don't mention also, you have to take it as x and y. Okay. Or if you don't take also, no problem if they don't mention. So Fahrenheit I am taking as y equals to 9x by 5 plus 32. Any problem? This is the relation. Clear? Now in the question they are telling you to draw the graph. So we will be trying to take the coordinates such a way that it should not be fraction and it should not be very big also. You have to draw the graph in first question. So this is x, this is y. Okay. If I take x as 0, then this will become 0. 0 plus 32 is 32, y will be 32. Understood? Now what I will do, I will take x as minus 5. If I take x as minus 5, then 5 and minus 5 can be cancelled. Okay? You have to do it in your brain. You will be writing here into minus 5. So 5 and 5 will be cancelled. You are having minus 9. So minus 9 plus 32. So subtract 9 from this 32. What you will be getting? 23. Okay? You will be getting 23. Correct or not? If we have taken this one as minus 5, x as minus 5, then that 5 and this 5 will be cancelled. You will be having minus 9. So minus 9 plus 32, if you subtract, you will be having 23. Am I correct? Now if I take minus 10, okay, you can take 5 also, your choice. But I am taking this way so that number will be small, okay. So if I take as minus 10, then 5 and 10 can be cancelled, we will be having 2. So 2 into 8 is, 2 into 9 is 18, we will be having minus 18. So 32 minus 18. So you will be having 4, then 14. Correct? Correct or not? So 14. So this is your coordinates. You can substitute your value here. Okay. Now while taking this one, it's up to you how you want to take the units. You can take 10 units, or you can take 5 units, your choice how you want to take. Okay, units are up to you, how you want to take, that's all. So you will leave some space for the diagram. So leave some space for the diagram. Okay, now let's start number 2. This was number 1, question number 8-1. Now let's move to number 2. Ready? If the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, okay, here it is given 30 degrees Celsius. So Celsius we have taken for x, that means if x is equal to 30, understood or not? We have taken x as Celsius, so x is equal to 30. Is it clear? If the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? You have to find Fahrenheit. Then if x is equal to 30, then y is equal to 9 into 30 by 5 plus 32. This can be cancelled, 5 ones are 5 6 are. So y is equal to 9 6 are 54 plus 32. So this will become y is equal to 86. Any problem? So that means y is equal to 86 Fahrenheit. Okay. So y we have already taken as Fahrenheit, so no problem. Okay, now let's move to number 3. If the temperature is 95 degree Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit means we are taking y. So if y is equal to 95, then we'll substitute in this formula. 95 is equal to 9c by 5 plus 32. Oh, I forgot to give implies here also. So this one 32 will be transferred here. So that can be written as 95 minus 32 equals to 9c by 5. Now if you subtract this one, you will be having 63 equals to 9c by 5. Now next line, if you need to find c, you can write 63 into 5 by 9 equals to c, correct? This one will transfer to the numerator and this one to the denominator. 9 sevens are 63. So you can write c is equal to 35. Sorry, c, sorry, my mistake. This should be x. My mistake, huh? C should be x. So x is equal to 35. Any problem? Now let's move to another question. This time you will do it by your own. I'll tell you. Number 4. If the temperature is 0 degree Celsius, so right, number 3. If 0 degree Celsius, Celsius we have taken for what? Celsius x. We have taken Celsius as x. So we'll be saying that if x is equal to 0, right? If x is equal to 0, comma, then find y. Find y, you will be getting 32. Find. Y will be 32. So we will get y is equal to 32. Now in the question it is said that if the temperature is 0 degree Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So we got 32. And if the temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, if we take 0 degree Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Celsius? So you will say again, comma, if y is equal to 0, if y is equal to 0, comma, then 0 equals to 9x by 5 plus 32. Substitute y as 0 and then find your answer. Find and just check it what you are getting. So when you will substitute y is equal to 0, then you will be getting your answer as minus 160 by 9. So that is your final answer. Now let's move to question number 5. Actually, question number 5 is important for your science Olympiad. That this can be asked in maths also, no problem, but generally this is important for, that means this is a quiz type question. Here it is given, is there a temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius? That means, is there any temperature will be same? That means if we take 10 degree Celsius, can it be 10 degree Fahrenheit? Can it be possible? If yes, you have to find the answer. Okay. So let us suppose, let the, this is important. Okay. I know the answer, but I'll show you how we will get this. Let the degree Celsius, let the Celsius, degree Celsius, let the degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit, let the degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit be, you can think any alphabet, your choice, any alphabet, both are same. Okay. Is there any same value? So definitely both will be same, right? That means this Fahrenheit and degree Celsius, are they same or what? We need to find, are they same? So we are taking both are same. Okay. So we are taking same alphabet. Here we have taken already x and y. So leave x and y, you take another value. So what shall we take? Anything, your choice. Okay. Your choice. Okay. I am taking as A. Okay. I am taking as A. So can I say that A is equal to 9A by 5 plus 32? Any problem? Oh, you have to write according to question, huh? According to question. According to question, this equals to this. Now we will bring this number here. So when we will bring this one, we will be having A minus 9A by 5 equals to 32. Now you have to take the LCM. So when you will take this LCM, you will be having 5. So 5A minus 9A equals to 32. Okay. Now if you subtract this one, you will be having minus 4A. I am writing it over here. Okay. I am saving my page little bit. So minus 4A by 5 equals to 32. Correct. This will become minus 4A by 5 equals to 32. I have written here. Clear? Now we'll solve this one. Now can I say that A is equal to 32 into 5 by minus 4? Yes or no? Now 4 ones are 4 eights are 32. So A is equal to minus 40. 8 5s is 40. So minus 40. Okay. Minus 40. Clear? Basic calculation. Okay. So we can say that if we substitute 40 degrees Celsius in the equation, we will be getting 40 degree Fahrenheit. So sometime in science exam or maybe in maths exam, they may ask you that for what value degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit will be same. So that is minus 40 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? So that's all for today's class. Thank you.